all. So yeah, kind of a rebuilding of over the offseason for the girls, but they're getting in the flow of things and look really good in this game against Monarch, who is not a bad team at all either.
No, and you know it all starts with their head coach, Coach Nichols, an incredible coach, and I feel like she is really good at developing these young players into her system and finding a spot for everyone. So I'm sure just as like other teams, as this season goes on, they're just going to learn how to play together, and I think they're really going to be a good team.
For sure, they obviously come into this game at 1-2 with losses to Pine Creek, 55-53, and then losses to loss to Horizon, 58-54. So those were
close
not
losses.
at all blowouts either.
Exactly, close losses, and I think the biggest thing that will improve the Wizards here is I think just the supporting cast around Rayleigh Hess. She's by far the most consistent player, I would say, averages 20 points a game right now. But sometimes it's not about your star player. You have to have other people step up and get some points and do the little things well.
And for sure, and for Rayleigh Hess, she steps into this, like you said, star player role. But last year she was maybe the fourth option, so it's a big step up for her as well, going from losing all of those seniors and now having to quickly step up into that, like you said, star player role. It's a lot of adjustments for the Wizards, and I'm sure they'll be able to make it. But yeah, it's no surprise that you drop a game early, but also have not looked bad in those games either with those close losses.
No, not at all. Very close.
And
because the biggest thing with this Wizards team is that they still play Coach Nichols' defense, and she's a defensive first coach. She really emphasizes that defensive pressure, getting those steals and such, because they really help you out on the offensive end.
Yep, exactly, and that's why we see the score at 13 for Monarch so far in this game, because that defense, again, it's tough. They force those errors. Yeah, exactly. That's how she likes to play her defense, and if you know anything about Coach Nichols, you know that she's intense. She's
exactly.
She's going to get the best out of her players.
Right. And I think, this is I think it's almost like she's working with a blank slate here with all these young players. I mean, she can really just adapt them, teach them, and it's much easier, to develop as a player when you're doing the same thing for 4 years straight. By the time these freshmen or seniors, they'll be starting for 3 years already. So when you look at it that way, it's a very promising future for Wizards basketball.
For sure. And if you look at it that way, getting them this opportunity as a freshman to be playing these not only varsity minutes, but some of them starting, getting that is only going to be good for the future of the Wizards girls basketball program too. And as we were saying, as you're seeing the boys warm up right here, we have that game after against Fort Collins High School. The JV did lose the game to the Fort Collins JV, but they come into this game 1-2 as well, fired up after a couple tough losses against two really good teams, the boys too, to Fossil Ridge, who was really good last year, and then Denver East, who was last year's 6A champion. That game only by 1 point.
Exactly.
So I talked to Johnny Reed a little bit before this game. He said they're fired up and fired up about dropping those past games, and they look to make a statement against the Lambkins.
Yeah,
and that'll be later.
And that is going to be one heck of a game, because as Jace King is on the other end, averaging 31 points a game right now, I believe. So, bit of an unstoppable force, and that'll be the Wizards' first thing when you're playing Fort Collins is, how do you contain that guy? Because he's one of those players where it's like he's going to get his points, but you just have to limit his overall effect on the game and not let him take over.
Yeah, exactly. And as we were just saying with the girls, it's very similar with the boys. A lot of seniors on last year's team: David Hogman, Clayton Wright, Colby Shuck. Only 3 returning rotational pieces from last year, that being John Bachhaus, Madden Smiley, and Johnny Reed. So kind of a rebuild there too with the boys roster as well here early in the season. Kind of the same storyline.
Exactly. As we get under 3 minutes here until we start the girls game back up. But I think Wizards basketball overall has a very promising future. A lot of good young players, young cores here that are just looking to improve.
Yep, exactly. And kind of similar storylines. Both teams really good last year, losing a lot of seniors and needing some of the younger players to step up. But we should have a very exciting basketball season, and All the home games will be brought to you right here on WWBN. Hopefully no more issues with the TriCaster.
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully this is the only time you guys will be missing a half. We do apologize for that again. But we're glad that we are up and running now. So see, this was coming into the game for the Wizards, averaging 36 points per game. They are at 26 now, so on a pretty good pace there. But Monarch did have the Wizards in the stat column pretty beat outside of rebounding. So even in steals, which the Wizards are, we usually see this girls team very high in the steals category.
But also, this team is just going to ramp up, and I definitely feel like they're more of a second half, more of a closing team, whether it's the second half of the game or the second half of the season, because, that's where it really matters.
Yeah, once the conference play picks up is where is really the most important stuff. As you saw the boys graphic real quick, just to throw you off. But there's John Bachhaus. We'll see him later. As we said, we need a lot of guys stepping up for that Wizards team after all of the senior departures. And John Bachhaus, thus far this season, did miss one of the games, but in his 2 games has shown up with averaging 15.5 in those. Very good shooter, as there is who we were talking about on the girls team. We did give you a little bit of that, but there's Rayleigh Hess. Double-double average right now with those 20 points. Next closest Wizard to 20 is Brooklyn Jurasek, averaging 10. So she has definitely led the team with scoring. As 26-13 is the score. We are working on that scoreboard graphic as the Lambkins control the ball here. I'm sorry, the Coyotes, the Monarch Coyotes. We will have the Lambkins shortly. As Monarch looks to get something going, drive and put in the shot up is Lindsay Pleva. No good. Wizards pushing the ball in transition. Jurasek going to take it all the way, and she gets hit and the foul. So and 1 for Brooklyn Jurasek. Wizards come out of the break hot. Jurasek with a nice Euro step there for the N1.
Excellent play there to start the half. That's exactly how you want to come out with the defense, with the intensity on the defensive end, turning it into offense, and that's what Coach Nichols preaches right there. You get that steal, go down the other way, easy bucket.
Yeah, just taking it all the way, Jurasek there, making them stop her as she completes the 3-point play. Wizards now up 29-13. Pleva gets hit, and this is going to be a foul, I think, on Brooklyn Jurasek there.
Once again, you just see that defensive pressure. You're going to see that a lot in this game.
Lindsay Pleva doing all she can as the facilitator of this Coyote offense, but just gets hounded by this. You get hounded by this Wizards defense, very aggressive.
Right.
So you see all over that, again, is the Wizards. So they get an open shot. Paul George right to the backboard. And rebound is going to go to the backcourt but be controlled by Monarch. And this is Haley Luther with the ball.
And another thing to watch Wizards on defense, just as I was about to say, is that it is so tough to score on them inside, especially with Rayleigh Hess always controlling that paint, whether it's tipping passes or blocking shots.
Definitely, that size definitely comes up inside, and her presence is felt as Pleva kicks it out to Sienna Williams, who drops it back to Luther, puts up the shot, no good. Again, good defense by Brooklyn Jurasek. She also gets the rebound. She's running in transition. She'll drop it off to Hess. Hess is just going to drive in. She'll put it up, and this is blocked by Luther. Good block there by Monarch with a 3-on-2, trying to get the numbers. Wizards recover.
A lot of excellent defense on the court right now.
Luther with a good look from 3, no good. Rebound down to the Wizards, and that is in transition Gracie Worsley, one of those freshmen we're talking about.
Juracek, nice pump fake. She
and
gets
Brooklyn
it to go.
Juracek. There, that's another Euro step. That's 2 quick second half points for Juracek.
Doing a great job out there. Wizards seem to be playing with more poise in this half than they are in the first.
There's good help defense from one of those freshmen, Sabella Hilliard. Rebound down to Hess, and Hess is running in transition. She'll pull up for the midi. No good.
Offensive rebound.
Yep, gets her own board, puts it up. No good again. This rebound now controlled by Pleva, who's running in transition.
You're going to see a lot of those offensive rebounds, too, from Hess. As earlier in the game this year, she had 13 rebounds. 8 of those were offensive, which are really impressive numbers.
And that's what the height these Wizards have. That's the difference they make. Gracie Worsley, the freshman, listed at 6 foot for the Wizards. So not only Rayleigh Hess at 6 foot, but 2 6-footers in there for the Wizards as driving kick out to Luther. Just looking to post up, puts it up, and she gets that to go. First points of the half for the Coyotes.
Yeah, Luther just getting to her spot right there. Nice bucket.
And double dribble is going to be whistled there on Gabby Gates.
Another part of this Wizards young core.
Yeah, there's just another freshman out there, like we were saying, or sophomore, that is. Sorry about that. But a lot of underclassmen there. That's really good defense right there from Worsley. And now the Wizards in transition. Hilliard bounce pass a little long, looking for Greenwald, another freshman right there. So right now we have 3 freshmen on the court for the Wizards, a sophomore and a junior.
You really want to connect on that pass there. Wizards did a great job on the defensive end to get the stop. Just want to be able to convert on the other end.
Yeah, that was a good-looking defensive play, and that's running in transition as the Wizards like to do, just a little long on the pass there. As this ball is just snatched out of the air by Greenwald, and she'll take this all the way and lay it in.
What a play there. That was a great job reading exactly where that pass was going to go.
That's that height and wingspan that this Wizards defense has, so difficult to go against. Great reaction time as well on that pass.
Yeah, Monarch is starting to seem a little flustered from this Wizards defense in the second half.
That's a good pass underneath, but the layup's missed. Sabella Hilliard in transition again. She'll fire to the corner. And Gabby Gates, that looked like a foul, no whistle, and turnaround no good. Sabella Hilliard on the third opportunity puts it in. Wizards looking good here, up 20 now, 35-15.
Wizards crashing the offensive board there is another great opportunity to find yourself some easy buckets.
As on the other side, Haley Luther gets that one to go. She's the tallest Coyote, listed at 5'11", so doing what she can as we have a whistle. And Wizards coach gets, so just Coach Nichols gets a tech right there, so this will be a free throw for the Coyotes.
Yeah, Coach Nichols always fired up, always
very intense.
Very vocal, very verbal coach.
Yeah. As the first free throw is good. That's just the intensity she brings. She doesn't take the coaching job as a joke at all, as both free throws are drained by Savannah Weiss. Sorry about that. As 35-19 is now your score with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Hess coming back into the game. She doesn't get very much rest in these ones. She does play most of the entire game.
Luther kicks this out. Open three, no good. And offensive board put back up and in by Monarch. That is Ginger Mylot. Sorry about that. Just as Rayleigh Hess puts it in on the other end. That's an and one. So Wizards grab those points right back with a chance for another. Rayleigh Hess looking good in this game.
And, man, when you watch Rayleigh Hess, she can really – it just appears that she can do everything. You know, she can shoot the three. I believe she's shooting 51% from three, which is an incredible start. But also she can, you know, make her way down to the paint and get those tough buckets as well. And she's also a great free throw shooter. So, really, when she's down there on the offensive end, she's a serious threat.
Definitely. And like we were saying, like, that's what made this team so good last year was Rayleigh Hess as the third or fourth option. Just so much
it puts
talent.
into perspective how much talent was on that Wizards roster.
You really see her step up as she almost gets a steal right there. She has stepped up as the team has needed this year. Luther drives and kicks. Good-looking pass there. Layup is no good, though, from Pleva, and she earns the rebound back and gets fouled.
Yeah, it looked like she might have been grabbed there on her, trying to get out of there, but it's still going to be Monarch basketball.
Coach Nichols looking frustrated with the call, still letting the ref know, but definitely going to want to watch it after that first tip.
Looked like there was a lot of contact and a great steal there. Nearly, not yet.
Monarch wins it back down low. Rayleigh Hess just too tall and forces the travel there. Reese Throwbaugh, sorry about this, down there with Rayleigh Hess on her, and that just too much to handle with that defense in the paint as we get a foul before the shot there.
Yeah, Rayleigh Hess just doing a great job moving her feet down low. Really hard to move her out of her spot when she's down in the paint defending.
Goes to Hess in the corner. Back out to Gates, who will swing it. You don't see a lot of half-court offense from this Wizards team just because of how much they run in transition. But
exactly.
Gets an open three right there. No good, though. That was Greenwald on the three. Rebound controlled by Coyotes.
Yeah, great look there for the Wizards. You know, that's a shot you probably want back, want to be able to make that, but it's just good to be able to create those offensive looks as Willow Sharpie and number 13, Peyton Deslum's coming to the game. That's a freshman and sophomore.
Yep, exactly. And you can't be, that was like we were saying, not a lot of looks at that half-court offense, but the shot didn't fall, but good-looking play right there to get the open three for the Wizards, because they are still in firm control of this game. 37-21 is the score with 2:23 to go in the third quarter. Jurasek goes down low, double, but a foul called there, and Worsley will go to the line for two.
You know, that's the freshman Grace Worsley, and she's gotten a lot of looks tonight down there on that post. They love giving it down to her just because of her size, and a lot of times she has some great touch around the rim. So she's definitely a secondary scorer here for the Wizards that will look to continue her offensive game all season.
Yeah, I was talking about the Wizards' future looking bright. Grace Worsley definitely in the center of that at 6 foot as a freshman. So
exactly. I'm not even 6 foot. I'm a junior.
I will never be 6 foot. So. So the corner for Luther with Jurasek on her. Switches it to the other side for Mylot. Puts up the layup, no good. Rebounded to Hess, and Wizards are running again. Worsley going to take it all the way. Left-handed layup does not go.
Tough one there. Definitely.
Really Hess almost just ripped that away.
Not sure how that wasn't a travel there, but no call.
And you can see just how difficult this Wizards defense makes pretty much everything you do on offense.
Exactly.
Nothing really comes easy.
It just seems like every lane, even if there is a lane just for a second, you know, there's 3 Wizards right there just waiting for you, closing down on that lane and giving you no space to shoot.
Yeah, they really collapse on the ball well. This will be 2 free throws for Savannah Weiss, though. First free throw is good.
You see Nola Greenwald coming to the game for Gracie Worsley.
There's another freshman, so this freshman listed at 5'11", so.
It is really impressive, man. Just the overall size of this Wizards team for how young they are.
Exactly, 2 almost 6, one 5'11" and one 6-foot freshman. As you see, defense falls asleep right there, and Jurasek gets her 7th point of the quarter.
Great pass there.
Coyotes aren't even averaging 7 points a quarter themselves.
Wow. And then there's Juracek making the play on the defensive end, and you know that's what Coach Nichols loves to see.
Yeah, Brooklyn Jurasek really having a good quarter, giving a good performance for the first quarter. You guys are able to see, so. Weiss drives out to the corner. Another backboard. Second side of the backboard we've seen hit by the Coyotes, and Wizards up in transition. Good pass to Rayleigh Hess, who gets hit and will shoot two. Really good pass in transition there by Greenwald, finding Hess to get that.
And another unique thing about this Wizards team is because of the athleticism throughout all 5 positions, they can really rotate and switch all 5. You know, I would say Rayleigh Hess, she's probably like the tallest, biggest one out there, but she can guard the point guard, as we saw in that last play, and did a great job. So that's another huge piece of the Wizards' defense, is what makes them so difficult, is that every player on the floor is a great defender.
Exactly. I would say most of the players, at least for right now, with the length and size that they play with on the court, can guard 1 through 5, and you don't even see a lot of man coverage. You see a lot of doubles come. It doesn't seem like an easy defense to play against, and that's showing with the Coyotes only at 23 points here. And, it's only going to get better as the season progresses for the Wizards. So it's out of bounds, so good play there by Rebecca Mays for the Wizards, and forces the turnover. It's another sophomore in the game. And Rayleigh Hess pulls from 3, short right there. But has been very efficient, as Rise was saying, to start the season from 3.
Exactly.
As Weiss pulls up from 3, that's a little long.
Hasn't really been her game today in terms of the 3 department, but she's playing very well overall.
Willow Sharpie in transition. She'll just take this all the way and lay it in.
Yeah, great read there by Willow Sharpie, seeing that nobody was guarding her there in the half court, just takes it right to the hole.
Coyotes are forgetting to pick up the ball a lot of times. That's a good-looking post move. Shot does not fall there, though, from Sienna Williams.
Saw the mismatch and wasn't able to capitalize on that. The Wizards throw it out of bounds there.
That was a very tight window on that pass. Five seconds to go in the quarter. Monarch gets the shot up. No good. But looked like that might have counted if Pleva could have knocked it in. No good, though. And another good-looking quarter there from the Wizards as they extend their lead to 21. 44-23 is the current score. Wizards score 18 in that quarter. So
definitely the best quarter so far of this game for the Wizards. Very good offensively there, very good defensively. And, it's funny because when you watch this Wizards team, it's just kind of like that with that defense and just the slower basketball that they play, that huge lead just keeps seeming to grow until you look at the scoreboard and you're down 21.
Yeah, and it's also really hard when putting up points is so rare and so difficult to do. You just see that defense just, if you do score, it's going to seem like when you score against this Wizards defense, you earned it.
Now we're going to send it down to Carter.
Coach Nichols fired up in that third quarter, getting a technical foul in that third quarter, but Windsor expanding their lead to 19. A lot of fast break points from transition to defense to offense has really been working for the Wizards. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter, but Windsor looks to have it locked up for right now. Back up to you guys.
You never want to say locked up in a basketball game, Carter, but definitely a good-looking score right now for the Wizards, and that technical is interesting. We didn't see a lot of technicals despite Nichols always being pretty vocal about her opinion. She'll let the ref know what she thinks most of the time, but we didn't see them give her a lot of techs last year, and this ref today did not let it fly.
No.
We'll see if that's a reoccurring trend for the rest of the year.
It may be.
Ball handling right now is Sharpie. Sharpie pulls up from 3, just a little short. Rebound cleared by Monarch, and Luther in transition. Gonna get it to Weiss, who puts up a tough shot. Good defense again from the Wizards. Eurosec with the rebound. Of course they're running. Gets it up to Sharpie. Hits a Euro step, but it's stopped right there. Good defense Good, really good transition there. Defense there from Pleva.
You know, that fast break down there all started with an excellent box out there by Rayleigh Hess, just allowing Jiracek to easily grab the rebound there. It's a little stuff like that, you know, that really, like, points out a leader. As you see her running the own fast break here, she goes from defense to offensive and is not able to convert.
That was another steal there, though, by Hess, forcing yet another turnover, and there is another turnover. Just turnovers forced is a stat that this Wizards defense just excels in. Like, they don't even really, most of the times, don't even give the opponents a chance to even shoot.
Exactly. You know, they're always forcing all these tough shots. You're going to see some replays here from the first half. Jiracek with the nice pump fake there. Euro step inside. She loves going to that move with the pump fake to the Euro step. Goes inside for 2.
Yep, Wizards really looking good in the second half. Like you said, second half, Coach Nichols is very good at adjustments and making those second half adjustments. And they were trailing at one point. I think it was around maybe 10 to 7 early in the game. Coyotes started a little hotter, and then they took a timeout, and Wizards have looked really good since then.
Exactly. Let's see right there. Another good play there by the Wizards. And, you know, also another thing that is so, you know, important to Coach Nichols is just overall just making sure to finish the game, you know, because that is an important skill to have, you know, especially when you get later on in the season, you're playing these tough opponents. You never want to give your opponent an opportunity to come back, because when you let teams hang around, they can come back, and that can hurt you.
Yeah, you really want to just put your foot down, and that's what the Wizards are kind of doing right now, and I don't think they will stop doing that, as it's just not really how they go. So we see the rare half-court offense. Good cut from Gabby Gates. Wow. Good layup. No good. Good look there, though, for the Wizards.
Yeah, that was a great cut there by Gates. She's going to want that one back, but excellent play there by Gates to be wide open in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, the only reason that was a turnover was because 2 different Wizards came down with the rebound and fought each other for it and then ended up traveling. But back on the defensive end, really just pestering the ball. You see them bring the help defense over to just don't feel like you have space to dribble.
Exactly. Look at them just keeping it all around, just all passes around the perimeter.
The rotation, and that's just a tough shot that the Wizards are completely willing for Monarch to put that up. You don't want to give up those rebounds, though, as Luther knocks that one in. Luther standing at 5'11", solid player for Monarch in her senior year. Hilliard drives and puts up a floater, no good. That'll go the other way. We see Hess and Peyton DeSelms checking into the game. DeSelms, another freshman on this team.
And one of those freshmen that we talked about, that's a starter, so great opportunity for her.
You see the zone for the Wizards back. Shot is up, no good. But
and again,
offensive rebounds are coming here now for Coyotes. Turn it over right after, though, and Wizards running.
Right, but again, they're just forcing so many perimeter shots.
And Wizards just are running in transition right now, and Coyotes are not really picking up the ball, and it's proven effective for this Wizards. And when you force that many turnovers, you're gonna run a lot, and it leads to offense, and that's just how this team is coached and how they roll. His first free throw is good from Gates.
They extend their lead to 20 here. 5:31 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wizards well on their way to their second win of the season.
Looking to move to 2-2. Not exactly ideal probably for Coach Nichols' standards, but for what that we're used to. But like we said, just getting going here. Sabella Hilliard with a tough take. Almost gets that one to fall. She'll shoot 2 now. Yeah,
very, very physical player. There is Hilliard, where it's, you know, battling for rebounds or really just punching her way into the paint is how I would describe, you know, her kind of play. But sure, you know, all these young pieces, man, as the season goes on, it's just going to be more and more important for them to get more comfortable with this system and, you know, get more comfortable offensively. And you'll find your shots and, you know, find your baskets when they have them and take the opportunity when you're open.
Man, especially for the freshmen, you can practice all you want, but there's really every level that you play at basketball, the next level will always be a big jump ahead. And jumping just from middle school to high school is a big jump for them to make.
Huge.
That the only way you really get that experience is by being out there, and they get to do that in their freshman year.
Exactly. And I think it's a real testament to Nichols' coaching when you consider there seems to be 2 or 3 freshmen every single year that are in the rotation for this Wizards program.
Yep. It will, like we've been saying, will help them in the long run for sure. As you see the zone back for the Wizards, double teaming up top, force another turnover. It's just very, very good defense. That's going to be a travel.
That time it was Taylor Minen poking the ball away.
Yeah, you bring that double on, and the baseline is like a third defender, so you're kind of stuck there trying to get it out, and then right there to deny ball was Taylor Minen, and that's just how they roll on defense, and it's really just a beauty to watch.
It really is, because you see, and it's one of those things where it's almost like you know the Wizards are going to do it, you know it's coming, but it is just so hard. Like once it's happening, it's so hard.
And you see it year in and year out, it proves effective. As right now the Wizards are kind of struggling on the defensive boards, but Sabella Hilliard rips this one away, and Rayleigh Hess drops it back to her. She's still pushing the pace in transition. Gabby Gates, good look for 3, knocks it in. Gabby Gates gets the 3-pointer to fall. Wizards up 49-25, almost doubling the Coyotes' score with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go in this game.
I believe that's the first 3 of the game for the Wizards, so a welcome sight to see one go down as Taylor Minen is going to scoop that one up after this deflection from Rayleigh Hess.
And Wizards, of course, continue to push the pace. Hess this time goes to the other corner. Back-to-back assists on the 3. No. Hess dishing the ball out, though, right now in transition.
She can do that, too. I thought she might attempt a 3 of her own there. She elects to drive in.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Taylor Minen there for the rebound. No good, but it's going to be a foul on the floor, so Wizards will retain possession.
Seems like the intensity picked up in the game a little bit there for a moment.
Yeah, that was also nice to see a 3-pointer go down. Wizards looking to cover maybe 25.5-point spread. Up 24 right now. On top to Jurasek. They go for the steal, unsuccessful. Wizards with numbers now. And it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, good hands there on the defensive end there for the Monarch.
And that's just going to be an errant pass. That'll be a turnover after a long possession there for the Wizards. They'll send Gabby Gates and Rebecca Mays back into the game.
Monarch going to work again offensively.
They're getting decent looks on the 3-pointers, to be honest, right now, but Wizards, I think, are willing to give them up.
Exactly. I always want to keep teams out on at this level, at least. You always want to keep teams, out on the perimeter shooting those 3s instead of inside.
Definitely, and that goes to say probably in general for all teams, but we can see Monarch struggling a lot from the 3-pointers. That's a good-looking inbound play, but they smoked the layup.
Yeah, tough one there for Haley Luther, who's been the best player on the floor here today for Monarch.
Yeah, Monarch starting to get some better looks, but still not converting, really. From the corner, Sharpie no good. This is going to be a jump ball.
Great job there by Minen, crashing the offensive boards.
Knocked out of bounds by Gabby Gates there.
A lot of deflections.
I've noticed a lot from another thing about Coach Nichols is she makes a lot of subs through the course of a game. Like
she does.
A lot more than most coaches do, where it seems to be always players in and out.
Very true there. Maybe, part of why, the Wizards are able to stay fresh a lot of times out there on the court.
Definitely, because how intense that defense is. You can't be tired out there. You have to
Not at
be
all.
ready.
Not at all.
We're going to get a couple free throw shots here for Sienna Williams.
Wizards up 49-25 with 2:41 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Looking like a good get-back spot for the Wizards after that.
Exactly.
Couple of close losses. They get a feel-good blowout win here, is what it's looking like. And hopefully the boys can do the same after as well.
It's a great day for Wizards basketball, or a great night, I might say.
So far.
So far.
Except for the JV boys. Monarch looking to get a play set up. They called play number 2 on here, see what they do, and play number 2 is a travel.
Time dwindling down here as the Wizards look to increase their 23-point lead.
In the passing lane there is Monarch, transition. Ripped away, now Gabby Gates is gonna run back in transition. She'll have a good look here. Layup up and in. Wizards break that 50-point mark and are up 51-26 now. Under 2 minutes to go in this one.
Classic Wizards basketball play right there. Still, easy transition bucket.
That's their MO. As we see play number 1 now for Monarch. Is good looking play there. Layup up and in for Reese Traubra.
Approaching the 1 minute mark here in this fourth quarter.
Down low, knocked away again, gets to Mays. Gates gets hit. That's probably going to be a blocking foul. She'll shoot 2 with the Wizards in the double bonus here.
Very Wizard-esque victory here tonight.
Yeah, this is what we're pretty used to in coming to these, or just throughout the years of commentating these games, is the Wizards defense holding teams to very low numbers and getting pretty easy wins quite often. They look like they outmatch their opponents. No different really here today as Gabby Gates' first free throw goes.
And that's an interesting thing when you think about the Wizards' overall schedule. And they start the season like loading up their schedule with all those tough teams that they played at the beginning, and then it's not their fault, but the conference isn't the strongest. And I think it's just an interesting thing for the Wizards, because a lot of times, as you see a great layup there by Willow Sharpie, a lot of times they don't really see like those excellent teams until they return back to the tournament.
For sure, yeah, and a lot of times conference play is kind of just a lot of blowout wins for them, and they're not challenged. But it seems to be the tournaments early is what really gives the Wizards, both boys and girls, the challenge they need to improve. And I think that happened again this year with both of them dropping 2 games early to good teams, as you can see how you match up against those top teams and then get right against teams that they often outmatch.
Exactly.
And that's what we're seeing, what we're pretty used to here today. And it's just that defense, though, there's a lot less margin for error against those good teams when you're playing like this.
Right as Minen grabs the rebound here. 30 seconds left to go here in the second half.
Wizards still running in transition. Mays puts up a 3, and that is good. So Wizards extend the lead a little bit more, make it 58-30.
And I have team sports with Rebecca Mays. She makes a lot of those shots. She's always going to make it if she's wide open like that.
Right back the other way, Ginger Milot knocks down the 3, and maybe some late game over tickets are cashing for all you gamblers out there. With 8 seconds to go, see if the Wizards want to put up another shot. I think they'll just dribble this one out, and that will do it for the game. 58-33, the Wizards knock off the Monarch Coyotes. The Wizards, we should have post-game interviews featuring Carter Priest with a couple of the Wizards players, as well as Coach Nichols. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that. We'll see. That should be great. And then coming right up after this, you can keep it right here. We will have the boys basketball against Fort Collins High School. That will be right after they warm up, but good-looking game here for the girl Wizards.
Exactly. As we're going to send it to commercial here, and after we'll have some post-game interviews. We're going to send it down now over to Carter Priest with our post-game interview with Coach Nichols.
Okay, man. Coach, really struggling in the first quarter right there, but in the second quarter you came out and really defended the defensive end and really came from defense, really transitioned from defense to offense really well. What was the message in the end of the first quarter?
Well, we just came out a little bit slow for us and home game and probably a little bit of jitters, and just to settle in defensively, get some rebounds, and let our transition speak for itself.
Yeah, for sure. And Rayleigh, really speaking of the defensive area, you got block after block and keep on throwing, assist the teammate off the court. What was the idea just everywhere?
We kind of just want to fly around on defense, so helping wherever we can. I know I had help on the backside, so that helped me feel comfortable staying on that big girl, but we all just fly around and work as hard as we can.
Yeah, Coach, game Thursday at home again. What's the itinerary for these next 2 days?
Well, our depth is a little issue, so we'll take it easy. We'll do a full scout practice tomorrow and come back on Thursday against Grandview, who's a very talented team, won the state championship last year at 6A. So we're going to give them everything we have.
Yes, for sure. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of this interview, and good luck Thursday. Back up to you guys. Keep for the boys game, though.
Great job there by Carter. Good interviews. This was Rye Simmons and Caleb Morrow on the call. We'll see you in a few minutes for the boys basketball game.
Welcome to the Windsor Recreation Center, where we offer a variety of activities and fun. Everything from fitness classes for all ages to your favorite sports in the open gym. Drop off your children at the child care center so that they can still have just as much fun as you while still learning and spending time with other kids. We also have the best indoor pool in the area with the kids' play area, swimming lanes, and even a huge water slide. For all prices and offers, scan this QR code right here.
The Windsor Recreation Center offers many youth sports including football, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, tennis, track, swim lessons, and more. Youth sports is a great way to encourage your children to make new friends, learn teamwork and camaraderie, and it lets them explore new opportunities. Sign your kids up for youth sports today. Scan the QR code on the screen for more information.
The Windsor Community Recreation Center offers a diverse range of adult sports. The Rec Center supports a variety of unique sports for Windsor's adult population. They offer pickleball, baseball, volleyball, and kickball leagues. Not only does the Rec Center offer these leagues, but they also offer tournaments for some sports. So Windsor's adults, come on down to the Rec Center to learn more about these great programs, or you can scan the QR code on the screen for more information.
Community is one of our core values at Windsor State Bank, and we are proud to celebrate 10 years of helping, encouraging, and meeting the financial needs of our community. We work with our customers to help them realize their financial dreams, whether opening a business, purchasing a home, or planning for retirement. Our bank is run by local people who are dedicated to serving the financial needs of the area, and we take pride in providing exceptional customer service and building trust with our customers. If you are looking for a bank who knows your first name, then you're in the right place. Windsor State Bank, invested in our community, invested in you.
Looking for Windsor's best pizza? There's only one place to go, and that's Pelican Joe's. Locally owned and operated, Pelican Joe's makes for great pizza every time. Pizza isn't their only specialty. They also make wings, salads, and everyone's favorite, pizza rolls. Call Pelican Joe's now.
Welcome to the Windsor Recreation Center, where we offer a variety of activities.
The following presentation is a Windsor Wizard Broadcasting Network production. The following presentation is a Windsor Wizard Broadcasting Network production.
Community is one of our core values at Windsor State Bank, and we are proud to celebrate 10 years of
Hello and welcome right back to Rake Fiegel Gym. I am Caleb Morrow, once again, this time joined by my good friend Carter Priest, and we will be bringing you the Windsor Wizards against the Fort Collins Lambkins. Boys come into this game 1-2, as me and Rise were talking about earlier, and the Lambkins come into this game the Wizards come into this game looking to break frustrating start and get going here 1-2 after playing 3 games in 4 days. 77-16, they beat Vista Ridge, though. John Bachhaus with 17 in that one. 2 losses on the season, though. One of them to the defending 6A state champion, as we mentioned, in Denver East. Only lost that game by 1 despite turning the ball over 30 times. Carter, if the Wizards want to get back in the W column, what do they have to do today?
And yeah, you pointed out right there in that Denver East, and they could have easily, and we were talking with Coach Roger Brockway about that,
Yep.
and he said if they got rid of 10 turnovers, they win that game, win that game before overtime. But Windsor is going to have to get hot early if they want a chance against these Lambkins.
Yeah, exactly. And the Wizards, they came into that game. They come out of those games very frustrated. Talking with coaches and players, both very frustrated that they did not come away with wins. Those feel, despite the talent they were playing against, they all feel that they should have won that game, and especially the Denver East one. And
yeah,
of course,
sure.
Tough opponents, but you definitely will. Hopefully, you will probably see that motivation factor for the Wizards coming in, and we have some college level talent in this game for sure. Johnny Reed, of course, as we know, committed to Black Hills State. But Jace King comes into this game averaging 31.5 points per game, committed to Adams State here in Colorado. So we'll see those two go at it today.
Yeah, and really, Johnny Reed, Black Hills University, as we know, Black Hills is not a bad college. As we can see, CSU's Joel Scott transferred D2 Player of the Year, came to Colorado State, and CSU's now 13th ranked in the state nation.
As we know, CSU, me and Carter, big CSU fans, but CSU playing very well at the basketball level right now.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, and then Jace King averaging 31.5 points a game. What do the Wizards have to do to slow his scoring down today?
You got to make him pass first. That's the way. If you keep him in front of you at all times, you're not going to lose. You can't let him beat you off the dribble. He's really shifty. He reminds me of Steph Curry in the way. He can beat you off the dribble. He can beat you without the ball. He can beat you with the ball.
Not the tallest player at all, standing at 6 foot, but very quick, yeah.
And we'll get a show for him tonight for sure. And we'll see, hopefully, Madden, after having a struggling first 3 games, hopefully gets on back track. Really promising freshman from last year. Got a lot of varsity minutes, which you don't really get at the high school level as a freshman.
Madden Smiley, though, we know the talent he has. Before he even got to college, visiting Baylor, and a lot of college interest. We know that's more talent on the Wizards side. As we mentioned, though, a lot of also new faces you will see on this Wizards team. Not new to the team, but new to the court after only 3 rotational pieces are returning from last year, as we were mentioning earlier, with all of the seniors from last year. Bachhaus, Reed, and Smiley all returning. As we look at these stats, you can see that the Lambkins have been lighting up the scoreboard to start this season with the 77 points per game. Stats looking a little better than the Wizards, but Fort Collins is 1-1 to start the year. They lost to that same Denver East team by more points, 75-83, as we should be set for a pretty competitive game. As we were talking about, John Bachhaus, he missed one of the games, but in the 2 games that he's played and has looked really good.
Yeah, as averaging 15.5 and 7.5 rebounds per game. Only as a guard is really impressive from John Bachhaus. We know him last year from shooting like 10 threes in one game against Garley Central. Against that game, is lining up the scoreboard 36. But in this game, we're going to see a lot of trading buckets, a lot of defense. I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring game
for sure. And my comparison for John Bachhaus is Klay Thompson, the way that he can just get hot and light up the scoreboard. And very exciting player for the Wizards. One of those 3 returning names, as we said. And looking at that other side, we were just talking about Jace King with the 31.5 points per game. Marcel Herrera is their second leading scorer with averaging 15.5 points per game, as well as 7 rebounds. So that may, if Wizards try to take away some options with Jace King, that may be where they look. And it's a little different. Last year, if you saw a talented guard on the other team, last year you knew that David Hageman was lining up against him. You don't have that same lockdown defense guard on this Wizards.
I think you do this year, though, and Johnny Reed and Madden Smiley are really good guards. Madden might have fouled that Denver East game. He really struggled from the beginning, but Johnny Reed has been I would say, a really different player than he has in the past 2 years.
Sure.
Shooting the three more playing. He told me about in March, in like May of last school year, that he's going to go play some more wing and shoot the ball a lot more. That was the kind of him and Coach Rukeski had for him all year. So
do you think Madden Smiley is going to line up against Jace King then?
I'm intrigued to see who lines up against Jace King. I think it's either Smiley or Reed. I think that's your best two defenders right there.
For sure.
But we'll see.
Makes sense. And
I predict Smiley more, though.
This should be a very competitive game for Collins and Wizards. Both a lot of talent on display. High school basketball. This is one of the better games you will see, and we are glad to be bringing it to you on the Windsor Wizards Broadcasting Network. There were your pregame starting lineups, and this should not something to get excited about in this basketball game between the Windsor Wizards and the Fort Collins Lambkins. 1-1 versus 1-2. Wizards, both these teams looking to get right. And as you see in the starting lineup, Gavin Helm and Tedeschi Keysworth not even in the lineup last year. Weren't even in the rotation, stepping right into that starting lineup. And they have done a good job so far, but the inexperience, we'll see what happens as the tip is won by the Lambkins. And
Gavin Helm is going to go on him.
Gavin Helm starts on him. Smiley early on Herrera. Here is King. He'll go to the corner. Good look in the corner. Shot is long, but rebound controlled by Herrera, one of the better rebounders on this Fort Collins team, as the offense resets.
Yeah, Gavin Helm, not really a basketball predominant guy first, but he's getting some defense on.
What defense there as he forces an early turnover for King, and going the other way are the Wizards. So first offensive possession, Keysworth will drop it off to Smiley, and we'll see what the Wizards can get going here on the offensive end. They'll get it on top to Reed. Fires down low, back cut, Madden Smiley, that is good. Good looking play to start for the Wizards. Johnny Reed with the assist, 2-0 early score, with forcing an early turnover on Key as well. So this is drive to the rim. Wizards collapse. Rebounded though by Sanchez, who will drop it back down, and drawing the foul is Peterson. So he will go to the line for two. Keysworth picks up his first.
Yeah, that score by Madden Smiley, really just making that back cut, and Johnny Reed finding with a nice one-handed pass into Smiley right there for an easy little lay.
Yep, very good looking first play of the game, as the first free throw is no good from Peterson. As Henry Peterson, a junior, comes into this game averaging 11 points per game. His second free throw is also no good, but the rebound is down to Fort Collins. Key is going to square up for three. He's long. Rebound controlled by Helm. So Wizards defense still holds in there.
Yeah, one thing
the offensive board.
One thing you cannot give Jace King is a wide open.
And how about that simple pick and roll right there? And Johnny Reed looking good early, picks up the assist on the first possession. There's score off the pick and roll for his first points, and an offensive foul away from the ball as that's turned over again. Wizards off to a very hot start in this one.
Yeah, Windsor last year really did not do well against this Fort Collins team, even with David Hoggeman and all that. They're looking for a little revenge in this game right here.
Very hot start, though. Keysworth back on top to Reed. Cut was not as there for Madden this time. They look for it. Keysworth drives, tough layup, good defense, no good, and this is going to be a foul against Johnny Reed on the rebound.
Yeah, little Johnny Reed just went a little bit over the back right there. Not really the best foul right there, but it's okay.
Yeah, you don't want a guy like Reed, such a key player for this team this year, to go into any foul trouble, as this ball will be poked out of bounds. Helm trying to say it's off Fort Collins, but Fort Collins retains possession.
These 2 minutes, Helm has done a really good job right now. 4-0 right now. Jace King with 0 for 1.
We were wondering who they were going to put on King, and it's been Helm so far. And trying to put up a layup on Bachhaus, rejected. And good defense there by the Wizards. Madden Smiley controls the rebound. Wizards running, and they'll slow it back down. But Wizards defense looking very nice to start this. Down low to Reed. Reed finishes that. And the Windsor Wizards looking very good to start this game. Johnny Reed picks up his second basket. Keeping King frustrated right now.
Smiley and Johnny Reed kind of remind me of a little Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray right there.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that pick and roll this year, as that is a tough layup attempt by King. No good. And Wizards running back the other way in transition. Bachhaus will drop it off to Smiley. The pick and roll, yes, very effective, as Carter's saying, early. And they're probably going to get a foul there on, that looks like Burkett.
No, it's a travel.
Ooh, they got a travel on that. So King 0 for 2 to start this game, defended by Gavin Helm. They bring the double, passes out of it.
Really smart double right there from the Wizards.
Peterson defended by Reed, makes a move, Euro step, good looking take there by Peterson. He's able to shake the defense with the contact and 1 Euro step in the Fort Collins. Lampkins are on the board.
And that's Tedesse's second right there.
Already 2 fouls for Keysworth. Peterson gets in the scoring right there. And he converts on the 3-point play. So 6-3 early. Lampkins playing some full court press right here. So you see King lined up against Smiley on the other end. So they get the switch there. Keysworth open for 3, a little long. Bachhaus fighting for that rebound, and he's going to get the second chance. Reed pump fakes, takes it in, drops it off for Helm. Easy, no. Good. Gavin Helm gets a pretty good look there, and now the Lampkins the other way in transition looking for something. Wizards get back and recover nicely on defense. It's a good look on the other end, couldn't fall. King's going to step back and rise and hit that. There's the jumper we know he can hit.
And there's King. You don't want him to get him an early shot up.
Yeah, that's 1 for 3 to start this game, but you can see how that's tough to defend. You can see that release point really high like you see in all these good prospects. Good-looking jumper there from King. Bachhaus going to just drive. Tough defense, though, from Burkett. Rebound down to the Lampkins and run it the other way. Or drop it to King. He's going to drive. He's going to pull that midi again. In and out. So Wizards get the stop there. Reed gets the rebound and slows it down. King 1 of 4 to start this game. Smiley drives. And tough finish over the defense. Madden Smiley makes the score 8-5. Good take from him. A lot of pace to this game right now.
Yeah, right there. Great drive from Smiley right there. Just getting the point.
Look at John Bachhaus on the defensive end. And Wizards get the timeout. John Bachhaus gets down on the floor to get that steal. Wizards defense looking really nice right now. 8-5 is the score with 3:29 to go in the first quarter.
Right now, it just looks like Windsor wants to be the harder team defensively, not really laying anything in the paint at all, really, and really just pressing Jace King to let go of that ball.
They're bringing the doubles at the right time. They're really slowing the Lampkins down in transition. And the Lampkins, one thing to watch is how deep they go into that bench. In one of their games, they've been running what looks like a 6-man rotation for most of the year. As you see, that was that first bucket. Good-looking back cut. Madden Smiley got a good look, who has 4 so far in the game after he got another layup.
Yeah, Smiley with 4 points so far, 2 rebounds and 1 assist. So doing well right now, doing a lot for the Wizards on the defensive end and on the offensive end.
Sure, as we were talking about how deep they will go into that bench, it looks like they will bring their 6-man that we usually see right here, Folkstead, as the Wizards Reed drive and kick to Noah Foth outside Reed.
Look at Johnny.
Nice looking move there, but the defense is there, but we got a foul from behind.
You've never really seen these 3 years of watching Johnny Reed play basketball here at Windsor. You've never seen him try to take a defender on one-on-one on the dribble, which is pretty nice to see.
So we see a couple, as we saw Noah Foth in, as well as Deacon Schmidt and Brady Kingsley in for the Wizards. Kingsley, a sophomore. And Kingsley and Schmidt both sophomores, as Kingsley steps on the line right there, and we'll turn it over. Kingsley and Schmidt both sophomores. Noah Foth, a senior.
Now Madden's going to go on Jace King. This is something to watch out for.
Yeah, with Helm on the bench, it's Smiley. Here comes the double. Pass it off. Open 3 in the corner. Shot is no good. Rebound controlled by the Wizards, and back the other way. Quickly as Kingsley, he's going to set up John Bachhaus. Open 3. No good. Good-looking play by Kingsley to set that up, and Fort Collins will move the other way.
And
but it's
Madden.
stolen away by Smiley. Smiley, no good, but gets fouled. Madden Smiley will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, really good there from Smiley, just pressing again. Swarming, you could say, the Fort Collins team right there.
Smiley getting the steal in the backcourt, but cannot get the first of 2 to fall.
And you can see that. You can see that little, what's it called? That little brace on Madden Smiley's foot from last year. Still has that. Not really would say still has the injury, but still broke his foot last year through
Sanchez goes all the way. John Bachhaus with some tough defense, and that pass is errant. That's going to be over and back and will be a turnover. It's probably for the better that Burkett touched that, Burkett touched that, making it over and back, because looking like it was going to be a breakaway layup for the Wizards, but they'll set up the half-court offense now. They'll get it to Smiley in the backcourt, working on King. Checks it out to Bachhaus, who gets it back to Smiley. Space right there, no good. Deacon Schmidt fighting for that rebound, but that's going to be rebounded, and we'll get Deacon Schmidt on the foul on that rebound. Peterson for the Lambkins is in there, has kind of been making some plays to keep them in this game. Henry Peterson hit the three and has been hustling on those kind of plays, as King is going to pull up, rise up for that midi, but it doesn't fall once again. Foth fighting for that. Ball will stay in possession of Fort Collins.
Yeah, and Windsor has been struggling in this past couple of games with foul trouble. Has been a really big issue for Windsor, so this is an interesting play.
Lampkins out of the inbound. We'll get it to King. One-on-one on Smiley. They're going to isolate it. He's going to go inside, turn around. No good again. 1 of 6 early for King, and good rebound right there from the Wizards. Kingsley back the other way. Schmidt, and offensive foul. That's 2 on Deacon Schmidt early. Deacon Schmidt, as we know, very outstanding football tackle. Gets a little too physical there down low, and he'll sit down for Henry Jones now.
Football did not help him in that aspect of the play right there.
That's a tough call, as that's the second Wizard to pick up 2 fouls. Lampkins in the bonus now. 9-5 the score, and looking like the Lampkins are going to stick with very little substitutions in this game as well. So we have a whistle. As I say that, though, they bring in Trey Young.
Trey Young.
Who didn't see the floor in that second game. Trey Young spelled T-R-E-Y. As Helm is back in the game and on King. Wizards bring some help. King looking to get going, drives by, good looking take, can't finish again. King is getting good looks, just unable to finish right now. Wanted a foul on that, but the Wizards are pushing in transition. Helm gets a screen, goes off his foot though, got to stay in the front court, he does. Pick and roll, gets it to Henry Jones, and that's going to be another offensive foul. Fort Collins right now rotating down low on these pick and rolls, continues to pick up offensive fouls. If we're in the NBA, that might be the restricted area, but we don't have the circle here, so
yeah,
that is, I think, the third offensive foul on those, on where they're stepping up and taking up those charges. Yeah.
2 on Deacon, now 1 on Henry.
But unable to get anything to go on the offensive end is right now the problem for the Lampkins. Fort Collins. This should be a good look. They'll go one more, and in that corner, no good. This time is Peterson, and fighting for that rebound again is Folkestad. Fort Collins wins it, and King is back outside. He gets around Helm this time, gets hit. I believe that was maybe before. I think they're going to get free throws for King on this. Yep. Jace King no good with the first free throw either, so Jace King struggling here early, getting the ball just on getting shots to go and just not getting the worst looks, especially for someone like him, but not getting the shots to go right now. Second one does go, as 9-6 is now the score. Smiley is going to step out of bounds, tried to fake the handoff, and Jace King moved the feet on defense, forcing that turnover. Jace King seems like he's taking the shot on every possession right now.
Jace, yeah, he's the main source of offense. I like this.
It really is, and that's good defense again by the Wizards. Another turnover for King, And Johnny Reed comes away with it. Smiley's going to attack, drive in, draw the contact, and no, offensive foul again. That is now 4 offensive fouls called against the Wizards. That looked like it was going to be called a shooting foul, but
I don't even know.
Switch to the offensive, and Wizards, I guess, being a little too aggressive on the offensive end. It's going to land them in some foul trouble if it continues. That's luckily only Smiley's first, but only 14 seconds now to go. King makes a move, and it's stolen from behind by Helm. No, King gets it back, drops it off, layup no good. Reed in there, knocks it out of bounds, 5.4 to go.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Helm's behind. He's going to get a hand on the ball at least.
That was a really good defensive play to reach around and poke that out, almost a steal. But Fort Collins was able to get it back, and here's play. They'll get it down low to King. He will go up, and good defense again by Helm. King getting very frustrated with no call as the time expires. Jace King very frustrated with the ref right now, and he's showing it. Referee shakes his head no, and 9-6 is the score. Wizards looking good on the defensive end, but definitely want to watch those offensive fouls going forward.
Yeah, and we'll have an interview with Rice Simmons, our sideline reporter, and Roger Brockway, the head coach.
Here, Wizards up 3 early on in this one. What are you seeing out there so far?
Well, we just got to do a better job keeping control of the ball. We've turned it over a few times. There was driving into the lane, and we're out of control a little bit, and we've taken 3 charges. We got to clean it up on the defensive end and give them 1 shot and eliminate 1. I think they got like 5 offensive rebounds against, so we got to clean it up there. And then just take it down, slow it down, play at our pace, and just slow it down offensively. So
obviously, Jace King over there, number 2, is a monster offensively, averaging 30 points a game. What's your strategy to slow him down a little bit here?
Right now, we just got to contain him. He's going to get his no matter what. We just got to eliminate it. Right now, we didn't take advantage when he was cold first quarter, so we got to do better. Okay.
Back up to you guys.
Roger Brockway, thank you. One of the great personalities here at Windsor High School. Of course, the assistant coach here, and I think that was a very good point he made. And they're doing a very good job in keeping him frustrating, but really not capitalizing, only leading by 3 with how much they've kept him in check. And I don't think Jace King's going to see the bench in this game, so I don't think you're going to get a break from his offense, and he's really just going to continue to try to score. So Wizards, if they can continue to keep him in check, that would be great, but you can't expect that all game.
And he's going to play this entire game, maybe 1 break in this. But you're going to see a lot of Jace King. If he's going to be cold, you have to take a
and their whole offense really revolves around him. Pretty much every play is looking to get him involved in some way, as not a lot of different. And that's a really good steal right there, stepping up. But Reed's going to get a foul in transition. Wizards really picking up a lot of fouls right there. That is for the Lambkins, Trey Young getting that steal.
That's Johnny Reed's second right there.
That's the 3rd Wizard with 2 fouls now. Reed being the most important so far, but
all forwards have 2 fouls. Deacon, that's a good play.
Quick shot from the corner is no good though. Reed with the rebound. Wizards going the other way. Keysworth, plenty of space to fire that, but that is no good. Lampkins control the rebound, and King is going to run and slow it down. We'll see Helm continue the defense. Another shot here from the corner, no good again from Burkett. Reed,
good rebound that again. Johnny.
Yeah, Reed seems like he's getting every rebound on that defensive end. Wizards doing a good job.
Yeah, and Reed has more rebounds per game than points. So he has 13 rebounds per game and 12 points per game.
And Wizards really doing a good job on the defensive end right now, but the offense has got to match it, or else Lampkins are going to eventually start scoring. As this is another really good look in the corner. Keysworth gets this one to go wide open. It's bound to happen. 12-6 is now the score. Keysworth, good looking shot. And King is going to pull up and drain that. So there it is. He's going to get his, just as Roger Brockway said. And he gets his right there. That makes 6 points for him. Back cut, Keysworth under the hoop, kicks it back out. Bachhaus, space for 3, no good. Would have been Third straight three-pointer, not that time though.
Uh-oh.
Sanchez knocks it out to King. Pass it back out. Good drive and finish there. That's Burkett picking up his 5th points of the game. And just like that, the Lambkins offense has scored on back-to-back possessions, and this is a 1-point game. Smiley pulls up now, leaves this one short though. Rebound cleared again by the Lambkins, and they're running. And Smiley gets his hand on that. But a wide open three, Burkett, bullseye. Burkett feeling himself early in this game. He has 8, and Wizards need timeout. Marcus Burkett with another three-pointer, and the Lambkins now lead 14-12.
Yeah, Windsor's really transitioned back to defense, has not been the greatest so far.
And but honestly, overall, going back to what Mr. Brockway said, that they did a very good job holding this offense in check, and they're going to get their points. They get a couple momentum threes right there, but when you're not scoring on the offensive end, you can't keep up. And got this game so low scoring up to this point, but now the Wizards just like that trail by 2.
Yeah, totally agree. Windsor has to close out on defense, has to grab a board, has to make a bucket. Have not.
And yeah, really just that offensive consistency is a little flawed. Shooting a lot of threes right now are the Wizards and just not getting a lot of them to fall, but Reed's going to get it to Smiley, and these are your best 2 players. This is probably what you want to be looking at. That Reed-Smiley pick and roll had a lot of success early, but Reed has to be careful with the 2 fouls also.
We're going to hear a quick word from Rye Simmons, our sideline reporter.
As Reed puts this up and in, Johnny Reed gets 2 to go.
Talking to his guys, he wants them to strive for layups and not try to, shoot all those long shots that create those long rebounds. So he really wants them to work more in the paint. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Rise, and that's, I think, a good idea on the offensive end is to get some easy looks. This is stolen back away by the Lambkins after King missed the shot. Layup is smoked, though, and Wizards come out of it again. Now 2-on-1. Smiley's going to attack, hit a Euro step, and
that's a charge.
They're going to get, I think, a block on that.
What is it?
They got a block, so Smiley will shoot 2. That would have been Smiley's second, would not have been good. Lambkins sideline frustrated, but all tied up right now.
Yeah, right now, Smiley leading the team with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, looking to make it 8 points. But that was a call that could have gone either way right there, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, your Wizards lucky to be on the right end of this one finally. After all the charges early, as Smiley gets the and 1 free throw to go, making that 17-14. Madden, Smiley, and Reed doing a lot of the Wizards scoring right now, as often happens, as King, guarded by Smiley here, will go to work. King it looks like Smiley's trying to take away that left side and force an outside, really. So King is going to drive to the outside, and he gets hit.
He's gonna get
jump
jumped.
Ball. Wizards defense is all over Jace King right now.
Right now, I mean, force him left and everyone crashes in on him. Might as well.
And it doesn't seem like Fort Collins has any intentions of really having anyone else ball handle, so that's what we're going to continue to see, I think. So they look like they're running a little bit of action here. They're going to go back up top to King, still guarded by Smiley. He's looking to get inside. He wants to get his mid-range spot. There it is.
Look at that.
He's just forcing up those mid-rangers. It's what he wants to do, but Fort Collins right now also hustling, and they get another opportunity here, hustling on the offensive boards.
And head coach Bruce Dick is not having it with referees tonight.
And yeah, King has expressed a lot of frustration with these calls, but continue to let him play. That's going to go the other way, and you can't imagine that's going to
light a fire under Bruce Dick's chair right there.
Well, he's telling his players to calm down. He doesn't want King to get in too much trouble because he is letting the refs hear it. He is definitely not happy about that, as they have been calling those charges on both sides, though, and I think that was the right call. Buckhouse off the play design to get him a 3. He'll drive, get it back out to him. Keysworth up top. Wizards looking to get something here. Foth is going to take it himself. No good. Reed fighting for that rebound. No good. And King one-on-one with Keysworth. Looking to get something here.
Good double.
And good cut right there. Folkestad picks up the 2. So transition offense gets a good look. And right back on the other side. Foth is going to take this up, and he will draw the foul. So Foth will shoot 2. Looked like a lot of ball on that play, but definitely also had some arm. So that's probably the right call, as that is the second foul call on Folkestad, and he's not too happy about it.
Yeah, right. I've learned that Windsor's offense kind of looks like the motion offense that Colorado State runs. If you see the way they run it.
Yeah, and you see they're setting up a lot of three-point plays right there. That couple of these at the top are looking for John Bachhaus, probably their best three-point shooter, looking to get him clean looks. This is left short again by Foth, but the rebound is loose, and Reed controls it. He'll spin around and put it in. Reed on the offensive glass puts up the layup off the rebound. 19-16, Wizards lead again. 2:44 to go in this second quarter. Here's King guarded one-on-one by Smiley, trying to get something going here. This is a drive, and we have a whistle. Another charge. Charges are flying right now. Both sides, but that one goes against Michael Herrera. The second leading scorer is yet to get a point in this game.
The referees are a little whistle happy, as you like to say.
They'll sit Herrera down and get Peterson back into this game.
I don't know if I totally agree with that charge call, but I don't even know.
I wouldn't say they're whistle happy. I'd say they're very charge happy. Bachhaus with enough space to fire, almost banks it in, but Helms right there for the rebound. Still loose, controlled though by King. King makes a nice looking move there, and you can see the dribble package right there. That was good move he put on Gavin Helm on that play. He's up to 8 points in this game, and Lamb can 1 again. You definitely do see a lot of that motion. This is going to get Helm space for 3. Helm, no good, but Bachhaus is there on the rebound. Go to the corner. This is space. Open 3, no good again. Wizards there for the rebound again. Reed puts it up and in. Wizards' second chance points coming.
And Johnny Reed is having himself a night. 10 points, 5 boards right there. Man,
you really know the offensive glass has been coming, and the Wizards forget about Young, but another missed layup for the Lambkins. So fire to the corner, another open 3. This one falls. Wizards get a 3 to finally go. Brady Kingsley knocks that one in, and the Wizards lead 24-18. Those 3-point Wizards getting a lot of 3-point looks, have missed a lot of good looks, but there Kingsley knocks it down. Wizards looking good now.
Yeah, Brady Kingsley wasn't even on the varsity roster last year. Now he's playing big varsity minutes.
Yeah, a lot of people have to step up.
And it's really seeing Matt and Smiley, and you still have Johnny Reed and all that. Matt and Smiley making big plays that David Hogman had to make. And Johnny Reed's making those rebounds Tanner Garcia made. You can all see it come like filling people's roles that need to be filled over the offseason.
And a lot with all those seniors that were lost that need a lot that you need stepped up. Back to action here we go. We see the Wizards look like they're throwing a zone out there now at the Lambkins, and Proven pretty effective right here, as it should be a tie-up. Yep, Henry Jones ties it up down low, and that'll be Wizards ball coming out of that timeout in a zone, throws off the Lampkins offense.
Yeah, really good there from Henry Jones. Really a football star first before he is basketball, but you know, really making defensive plays out there with 2 fouls on there.
I mean, you see a couple a lot of football players stepping up into the basketball spot now. Smiley gets Bachhaus on top. Wizards right now without Reed sitting for the first time in the game. As Helm puts up the layup, and that's good. Windsor Wizards offense is finally clicking, and with 32 seconds to go, Lampkins down 8, and the zone is being thrown at them right now, and they're not exactly ready for it.
That's a really good zone right there. Steps up.
Rises up, and these shots just are not falling, and thrown away right back to the Lampkins, though. It's 15 seconds to go. Here comes the zone again for the Wizards, and
oh my,
who is that pass to?
See if Matt and Smiley can get the last shot right here, up 8.
Smiley, 3 seconds to go. Forcing that shot up, but Henry Jones is right there, and that would have been a huge tip-in to go up 10, but comes short. Wizards up 26-18 going into that. As we have an interview coming right up with the coach, with Coach Rakeski. We'll send this down to Rise Simmons with this interview.
All right, Coach. Wizards have 8-point lead here going into halftime. It's a bit of a battle here. How do you want the Wizards to maintain their lead in the second half?
We got to keep getting stops and rebounds. We struggled on the offensive glass. They were definitely beating us in that first half. We got to clean that up. I'd like us to play faster. Let's get out and run and play basketball a little bit more. We're kind of stuck in that half-court rut right now, and the ball's not necessarily falling. But I like how we finished that quarter off. Made a nice little run.
On that first time out, it seemed you were a little frustrated with the Wizards' shot selection. How are you hoping to improve that and get more in the paint?
Well, I mean, I was just striving for layups. Layups are great shots, and I think sometimes we settle. You could take a 3 every time down the court if you wanted to. That's easy. What's hard is being patient and executing, waiting for high percentage shots in the paint or playing inside out. So we just need to be patient for those and wait for them.
And what are you seeing from the Wizards defensively out there in that first half?
We're doing a really good job on Jace King. He's averaging 30 points a game. We're making everything tough on him. We're putting our tall, long, athletic guys on him, and we're rotating them, and just everything's tough because of our length and our athleticism there, and we're helping. Outside of one possession where he drove and we had no help, that was his easiest bucket of the night.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back up to you guys.
That's a very good point from Rakeski. We have seen the absolute collapse of the Wizards defense every time King tries to drive. No easy shots. We've seen him force a lot of very tough mid-range shots. Most of those have not gone. Great job the Wizards are doing on Jace King right now.
Yeah, totally agree right there. We'll catch you guys after the break. We'll come back with some highlights and some stuff for you guys.
You're watching the Windsor Wizards basketball on the WWBA.
Community is one of our core values at Windsor State Bank, and we are proud to celebrate 10 years of helping, encouraging, and meeting the financial needs of our community. We work with our customers to help them realize their financial dreams, whether opening a business, purchasing a home, or planning for retirement. Our bank is run by local people who are dedicated to serving the financial needs of the area, and we take pride in providing exceptional customer service and building trust with our customers. If you're looking for a bank who knows your first name, then you're in the right place. Windsor State Bank, invested in our community, invested in you.
Looking for Windsor's best pizza? There's only one place to go, and that's Pelican Joe's. Locally owned and operated, Pelican Joe's makes for great pizza every time. Pizza isn't their only specialty. They also make wings, salads, and everyone's favorite, pizza rolls. Call Pelican Joe's now.
Welcome to the Windsor Recreation Center, where we offer a variety of activities and fun. Everything from fitness classes for all ages to your favorite sports in the open gym. Drop off your children at the child care center so that they can still have just as much fun as you while still learning and spending time with other kids. We also have the best indoor pool in the area with a kids play area, swimming lanes, and even a huge water slide. For all prices and offers, scan this QR code right here.
The Windsor Recreation Center offers many youth sports including football, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, tennis, track, swim lessons, and more. Youth sports is a great way to encourage your children to make new friends, learn teamwork and camaraderie, and it lets them explore new opportunities. Sign your kids up for youth sports today. Scan the QR code on the screen for more information.
The Windsor Community Recreation Center offers a diverse range of adult sports. The Rec Center supports a variety of unique sports for Windsor's adult population. They offer pickleball, baseball, volleyball, and kickball leagues. Not only does the Rec Center offer these leagues, but they also offer tournaments for some sports. So Windsor's adults, come on down to the Rec Center to learn more about these great programs, or you can scan the QR code on the screen for more information.
Welcome back to Reg Fiegel Gym. I'm Caleb Morrow here with Carter Priest. We're about ready to get going with second half action. 18-26 is the score. Lambkins, after making the halftime adjustments, we'll see if they can get their star player going. But as of right now, it has been all Wizards, especially on that defensive end, just collapsing and not giving King anything. And you know that was the story coming in. That was their offense. And I would say that Coach Orkeski and the Wizards have done a really good job against him.
I totally agree. Harassing King has been all night. He has not been above 500 shooting. He's been making his easy shots or even difficult ones for him because Gavin Helm is just there with presence.
Yeah, how about Gavin Helm in that first half? You know, 5-star kicker, doesn't play at all, wasn't in the rotation at all last year, and he has stepped in and just played one hell of a game on the defensive end as this three-pointer is no good and rebound is controlled by Madden Smiley, so Wizards defense picks up right where they left off.
Yeah, it's just going to be harassing King over and over again until he gives up that ball or makes a horrible shot selection. He will make that horrible selection.
That's a good look for Smiley, a little long. Rebound controlled by Fort Collins. But, yeah, Gavin Helm on the defensive end, I feel like, can't go underappreciated at what he did for this team. A lot of steals, just forcing a lot of errors. And there's Madden Smiley. And now John Bachhaus is running in transition, and he'll lay it right up and in. 10-point lead now for the Wizards. Looking good here, so they'll get it up, and that was a good looking layup by Sanchez, but it didn't fall. Great defense by Reed, and Wizards control it again. Looking great to start the second half. And Reed drives 2 men on him. Reed forces it up, no good though. Out of bounds will go to Fort Collins. Hard to go 2v1.
Yeah, it kind of is, but really good block right there from the Lambkins.
Here comes King.
And look at that.
And right there is Helm. They get it out of his hands. Corner, this is Herrera. He's also been very quiet, averaging 15 a game. He'll put this one up, and no good again. Lambkin's just struggling to get anything to go on the offensive end right now. Bachhaus gets the screen from Reed. He'll drive all the way, put up the layup. No good. Gets his own board. Bachhaus out to Keysworth, thought about it. Back out to Reed. He pump fakes, drive, kick. One more to Smiley. He drives in, nice spin, up and in. Madden Smiley with a good take. Wizards, there, as Coach Orkeski said, very patient on that side, as coming the other way and getting a bucket there is Burkett. So he's leading scorer for the Lambkins now with 10, trying to step up. But that was a very good pass possession with the Wizards. And there's another just amazing bounce pass, threading the needle. Johnny Reed and Madden Smiley have known each other for a very long time and have so much chemistry on the court, and you see it right there.
You know what I mean by that Murray and Jokic connection right there? And Murray, Jokic making that pass, down low to Murray.
And Helm just all over King. Forces the tough shot. Wizards running in transition. Bachhaus drops it off to Madden Smiley, and the Windsor Wizards are feeling themselves right now, 34-20.
John Bachhaus and Smiley just have a good connection too. And look at the D. That's a good.
That was another thread the needle pass on the other end as King gets a good look there. King and Burkett have combined for all but 2 of the Lambkins' points up to this point. And another defensive lapse is right now needing a timeout as the Lambkins, as they have been able to hang into this game because of their defense, and now their defense is collapsing, and you just can't like what you're seeing.
Yeah, no, as Coach Bruce, Dick is not happy right now, as you can say. He's living. That is a frustration timeout.
And that's the most frustrating thing as the coach is, you know, the first half was frustrating as is for them, I imagine, just because of the offense. But those defensive lapses that are happening right now are really what frustrate the coaches the most.
Yeah, right now, Madden Smiley has 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists and 2 steals. It's a really great game from Madden Smiley.
Yeah, Smiley, like Carter was talking about, a slower start to the season. This is probably his best game so far, and he's looking really good right now.
And you obviously cannot give enough credit to Gavin Helm. Has had himself a night.
Yeah, that's what
he might not be on the score sheet for points, but in reality, defense wins games.
And that's not what they need from him in a game like this. If his one job and all he does is contain, and honestly, you could use the word shut down Jace King. I'm sorry. the way that he has and this whole Wizards defense really as a team has, then you take that 10 out of 10 times every day of the week. And that's what Helm has delivered, and Wizards defense
and
really
look at that.
looking good. And look at that again, another knockdown. Keysworth with the 3-on-1 and drops it off to Smiley. And what a pass, what a stop, what a play by Keysworth and Smiley right there. Defense leading to offense. Wizards looking great right now. Go outside for Herrera. He'll pull a tub midi. That is short. And Wizards defense just having one of the best games I've seen from them. Overall, they go for the steal. Reed gets an easy layup. Windsor Wizards are winning by 18 points, and they are pulling away with this one.
And I don't know, you only have 3 timeouts left in this game if you're the Lambkins. I don't know.
And look at Gavin Helm from behind, pokes it out. Second time he's done that. And King trying to say he got hit in the arm, and that looked like a lot of ball.
I think it was a lot more ball than it was anything else.
Yep, and they're going to sit Helm down, but what a job he is doing right now. Smiley will pick up King now. Noah Foth into the game.
Again, Gavin.
This is Sanchez on the pass.
Oh, that's going to be a foul to that
That's a good take by Burkett, who is honestly, through the rough game for the Lambkins, he himself has had a pretty good game. He has.
Oh, that's going to be Johnny's third.
Goes to the line with 10 points. Burkett long on the first free throw. Back into the game for the Wizards is Kingsley. Burkett's second three is short, and Wizards control the rebound, so the Lambkins continue to be unable to score. And Wizards just looking like the team that wants it more and the better team right now, as this is a good-looking play to get Smiley a look from three, a little long. Reed is there for the long rebound. Wizards also just getting to those loose balls.
They just want it more right now,
exactly,
it looks like.
Yeah. Now Brady will drive, pass it to Reed, and Reed gets it to go. Windsor Wizards offense firing on all cylinders right now. And now they control a 20-point lead just like that, pulling away with this one. So they look to get something going. Burkett spins, gets it out to King. He's trying to make a move here. He'll get it out to Burkett. Wizards just rotating everywhere on defense right now.
Look at that D. Oh.
They're going to get a foul there on Bachhaus. He's very surprised to hear his name called, but that'll be 2 free throws for Peterson.
Yeah, Johnny Reed coming alive, 14 points, 7 boards right there.
And
tied with Bachhaus for 7 boards. But here comes Deacon Schmidt. And this guy can put someone on the ground if he wanted to.
Didn't see a lot of Schmidt in that first half after he picked up 2 quick fouls, but he's back. We'll head back in and get Reed some time on the bench. Don't want him to get that 4th foul. Peterson's second free throw is also good. Lambkins still are really going to have to turn it up pretty soon if they want any chance in this game, though. Foth off the screen. He's going to take this all the way. Tough defense there. Lambkins are there. They're going to look to run the other way in transition. Herrera's going to take this all the way, and he'll get hit. So Deacon Schmidt looks like he's going to
get his third.
Yeah, pick up his third pretty quickly.
Maybe Zach Johnson type vibes right here.
Of course, Zach Johnson, of course, one of those seniors who graduated last year. That's missed that this team misses from that very, very talented and very good team we saw last year. But
yeah,
definitely picked up his fair share of fouls.
He definitely fouled out his fair share of games too.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. It wasn't bad fouls. They were good fouls.
Everyone needs that kind of player. Every team does. And they get the rebound, and that's going to stay with possession of Fort Collins. So Peterson hustling in there on the rebound after Herrera went 1 of 2. And now Lambkins retain possession. Still down 17, and they're going to take Smiley now. And
Noah Foth is going to go on Jace King.
Have not seen this yet. And we don't see the Wizards go without either Reed or Smiley in the game, really, as Herrera has some space for three. That rolls out. Unlucky roll for Fort Collins. It looked like they were maybe getting some momentum there.
And that just explains the game right there for Fort Collins.
They have gotten their fair share of unlucky rolls. The away team rim. And as Deacon Schmidt gives Reed a three, he pulls up a little long. And Fort Collins in transition now. They'll drop it off to King, and that just seemed like they could have got a better look. King, a lot of contact there. Foth gets a foul. King will shoot two. And right there, he's 2-on-1. And Fort Collins players kind of just gave it to King, got out of the way. But in that 2-and-1, you want to cut to the rim. Regardless, King knocks in the first free throw. Second free throw also good as the Lambkins move it to a 15-point game, but seeing they've only scored 27 points all game, they're going to have to play some real not perfect, but some really good basketball if they want a chance in this one. Still very possible, though. A lot of time left as King rips it away. That's just a tough spot to put Brady in, but Backhouse from behind, looking like Jose Alvarado, and that's going to be a foul on King, I believe. So King has been, it's then this same ref that he's been talking to all game that just seems to, he thinks, always be not on his side. But John Backhouse looking like Jose Alvarado right there from behind.
Just came out of nowhere. I don't even know where he came from in the on the paint. Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
and there is credit to that was a really good steal by King, but then Backhouse with the hustle play, and that's just the hustle that the Wizards have been playing with really all game.
You can just tell how frustrated King is just by facial expressions.
And he's letting the refs know, and really good read there by Herrera to just take that ball away. So get it up wide open, and no good is Sanchez. Tedeschi Keysworth with the rebound and picks up a foul in the backcourt.
Who's that going to be on?
I don't know what the call is here. Everyone seems a little confused.
I think it's Deacon.
They're going to get a foul on the Wizards here. Interesting.
Fourth on Deacon right there.
Didn't see that. Fort Collins thought it was against them, but no. And Smiley will pop back into the game. They'll give Backhouse
probably best
some
option
rest now. A lot of confusion right now on this.
Fort Collins coach just looks deathly confused with what happened.
He's still confused, asking the other official what's going on, but it's Fort Collins' ball. So they'll get it to Keys, defended by Helm. King picks up the foul, and King is just very frustrated. You could see it.
And that's going to be third.
At this point, he's definitely messing with his game. The frustration's building up, and Wizards just playing him really well. Wizards on a little bit of a scoring drought offensively, though. They haven't scored in a while.
But playing really good defense.
Yeah, defense is keeping that score pretty separated as Reed. Nice pass to Jones, but recovered defense. Fort Collins looking better on defense. King's probably going to try to drive this. No, he'll go to the corner. Good pass. Burkett, no good. Foul on the Wizards, I believe, on a push down low.
There's going to be 3 on Johnny Reed, I think.
They're going to get. It's going to be free throws for the Lambkins now in the bonus. Yep, Reed picks up, is that number 3 or 4?
Oh, that's 4.
Yeah, that's 4. That's what I thought. Not great for the Wizards.
That is not a good thing.
Yeah, they're going to probably Backhouse back at the scorer's table. He's probably going to come in for Reed, I'd imagine, for at least the rest of this quarter. Reed's calling out a 2-1-2 zone as the first free throw doesn't go.
I think he got in his head. I think he got in the free throws.
He was saying he was letting the whole team know they're running a 2-1 zone before he checked out. 2-1-2 zone. First free throw no good, and Folkestad's second will go. So 1 of 2.
That's a foul. That has to be a foul, Jace.
Whistle, and Wizards are going to use a timeout. The press unable to get it Rukeski was worried about them getting that one in.
I don't get how locking arms with a player is not a foul, but that should have been 4 on J.S.K. in my opinion.
It's a fair opinion, but honestly, it's quite a. The refs have had a very rough job in this game, dealing with a lot of heat from both sides.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I think King's going to pick up his 4th right before the end of the quarter, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that would be like, I don't even know what the Lampkins offense would look like without him, because he pretty much does everything.
He has no breaks either. So I don't know. Do you take him out if he gets that 4th?
I don't. I would
it's
guess
too
they
risky,
wouldn't,
in my
honestly.
opinion.
If I had to guess, I would say they wouldn't, just because they seem to stick it out with him no matter what. And if you're King on the defensive end, I imagine he's going to be very cautious to not get that 4th. And with how involved he is in the offense, if I was the Wizards, like in this scoring drought, it would really make a lot of sense to really attack him if you can get it. First, you need to get it past the half court without turning it over, though. A lot of turnovers recently from this offense. I would look to drive on him, because I think he would be King's probably going to be very concerned about getting that 4th foul.
You cannot get him that 4th foul.
And they wanted an illegal screen. Yelling for an illegal screen down here is Fort Collins. Helm unable to get it up to King.
Take the charge.
He's going to attack and go up. He gets hit by Keysworth. He will shoot 2. Yeah, that's would have been a good idea for the Wizards, is probably to try to step up and just try to take that charge, because if you can get it, huge reward. But these free throws, Wizards lucky that Fort Collins is missing a lot of them, because it's
yeah, it's not looking so hot for the Wizards.
And there's another missed free throw. And if the Lampkins were knocking down all their free throws right now, this would be probably like an 8-point game. This would be a lot more of a close game, but 28-42 is still a pretty large lead in this game, even though the Wizards haven't scored in, I think, like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it has been a hot minute since the Wizards scored. Maybe this is a King's substitution or not.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think he will go off this court in this game unless he's fouled out, to be honest with you. You can just see frustration down there.
And he's going to go on Madden Smiley, which is really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I think they're just running a zone right now, honestly, though. Yeah, it looks like they're running a zone, so.
But he will stay
no,
over.
they're going back to the man here. So that's a good no, and 1 for Madden Smiley.
That's so tough.
That is exactly what the team needed right there. Madden Smiley on the back end.
You can see his dad
hedges the screen and gets the and 1 right when the team needs it without hadn't scored in a long time.
And you can see Madden Smiley's dad, head coach of UNC Northern Colorado basketball, with the approval right there. That was tough. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's just really to keep the team engaged, and that's just no good from King. Good rebound there by Herrera, though. He cleans it up. Herrera finally getting a little bit involved in this game. Gets the second chance bucket there.
Wizards should hold for the last shot right here, in my opinion. Don't give them a chance to make this lead at any.
With no shot clock at any point in the game, you can technically hold for the last shot. You know that.
And
this is no good. For Collins looking to get something here. Herrera's probably just going to have to pull. He goes down low. That was definitely not the move with the shot clock where it was, and he knows that was a mistake. Lampkins show some life on the defensive end, but Wizards offense really got going early in that 3rd quarter, and that's what made the difference here, as the Wizards sit with a very comfortable 14-point lead in this one. As we will get a word from Rice Simmons.
Here with Coach Brockway, the Wizards have blown this one wide open. What do you think allowed them to extend their lead there in the 3rd quarter?
Well, we actually, if you look at my board here, we actually went inside and didn't settle for threes like we did in that 2nd quarter. So we were more patient offensively. We let the actions kind of come to ourselves there and worked it inside and got some nice easy buckets around the hoop.
And finally, what are you looking for the Wizards here to maintain their lead in the 4th quarter?
So we just got to continue to go out and play good defense. We got to make sure we're blocking out weak side there on the boards. We don't want to give them any second chances. We got to give them one shot and done. One shot and done, and just keep doing what we did in the third quarter, working inside and running the offense.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back up to you guys.
And thank you, Rise. More words from the inspirational Dean Brockway. Never disappoints, and we thank you, Mr. Brockway, for bringing the board too, and go Brockway. But
yeah, go Brockway. #1 coach in the nation right there.
We love our...
Oh, there's the go Brockway.
Yep. We love our D-team coach. Smiley, plenty of space to pull. Short, though, so go out of bounds.
What?
AJ Pereira.
What did I just watch from AJ Pereira?
We know him as one of the starters on the football offensive line, letting Jace King or Pereira
that's
His
such
shot is
blocked.
And blocked again. King just cannot get really much of anything to fall. This is knocked down by Herrera, and that's going to be Fort Collins basketball. Wizards offense still very stagnant right now, but it doesn't matter because Fort Collins is just flow, on defense is very disrupted. We saw it in the girls game. We saw the great defense from the girls team, and that is continuing with the
There's the double. That's
boys.
a great
they
double.
Throw a double, and Bachhaus also gets back to his assignment. Good play right there. So they'll flip it to King coming around. He'll pull up. That's a tough shot. Knocks that one in, but that was good defense. Hand was right in the face from Bachhaus. Those will happen, though. It's King up to 15, and that's going to be 5 seconds. So Wizards making some mistakes here on the offensive end, and it's letting Fort Collins have a chance in this game. But despite all the mistakes, Wizards still up 12.
I don't think John Bachhaus knew that was a 5 because he didn't even put the basketball to the baseline until the rest started counting at like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that seemed very fast. King steps back, looking for the momentum. Three-pointer, he knocks it down.
That's not it.
And the Lampkins have life. Jace King right there. You see that jumper. And at some point, if you're not scoring on offense,
you gotta get above the timeline. Windsor got reset.
You can feel some of the intensity picking up at Henry Jones down low. Quiets the Fort Collins crowd. Good play by the Wizards, right? And that's much needed because you get stopped there, and the momentum really would have picked up for the Lampkins.
Look at D.
King steps up. He gets space there. Still no good though. And Tedesse Keysworth with a nice rebound. Yeah, just a lot of these shots, like really not able to make any. It seems like for every shot King hits, he then misses 3. Smiley thought about it. Good defense, though, by Sanchez, and Wizards.
It's a cut.
Offense looking to get something going. Bachhaus going to attack. Tough layup, no good. Henry Jones there. Can't get it to finish, though. Lampkins go the other way. Down 11 still, looking for something to go.
And Johnny Reed with those 4 fouls has to be really careful.
Very careful. You do not want to lose Reed as King puts up a tough layup. No good. Rebound and a foul on the floor. King is still saying pretty much every time that he's getting hit in the arm.
No, it's only second on Gavin Helm, so that's not the worst thing in the world. He got 3 more to spare.
Yeah, it's good. And Helm being on King pretty much all game. Good looking inbound play there. They get Herrera going on a cut, and he gets the layup to go. Lampkins
they broke it.
Down
they broke
9
the press.
again, but Wizards got a 3-on-2.
1.
And Smiley picks up the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. So good, really good job to break that press and then have the 3-on-2. Smiley just aggressive to the rim, and he will shoot 2. So Lampkins, it looks like every time it's looking like they're getting some momentum. Wizards offense has definitely been struggling recently, but every time that the Lampkins are starting to get some momentum, they're able to get some offense to kind of just slow the momentum down enough and
that's a smart idea.
Bunch those points up together too much.
Oh,
Smiley gets the ball stuck. The ball has gotten stuck between warm-ups, the girls' game, and the JV game numerous times.
I've never seen a free throw get stuck before.
It's been on both ends, too. I think I've seen it multiple times on both of these rims, so it's interesting. But Reed's trying to say they should jump it. It should be a jump.
I think it's a dead ball play, so I don't think so.
Yeah, they gave it a jump, so Lampkins had possession, but Wizards now have possession for the next jump, so that helps them out.
Oh,
and
whoa.
Pass to the coach, and he slams the ball down in frustration, like, why are you passing to me?
I'm not in the game.
Yeah. If you're coaching and the ball falls right into your hands from your offense, you can't be too happy about it. Especially when you're down 10 with 5 minutes to go and can't really make too many mistakes.
Just gotta take your time.
Goes to Reed, gets Keysworth. Keysworth, no look pass down to Reed, who has a mismatch. He'll go up and one. Johnny Reed. What a shot through the contact. Johnny Reed. And that is a very large bucket at this point in the game. As we duck under 5 minutes to go in the game, Johnny Reed makes it a 12-point game with a chance for 13. And how about that pass from Keysworth, though? No look. Gets it down to your big man in the post, and he takes care of the rest.
Johnny Reed just being big and just playing it right through the contact.
Yep, using his size. Reed's been in the gym pretty much all off season.
It's been the lab.
He converts, and now back up to 13. Big bucket there from Reed. Good setup by Keysworth on that pass, though. Side, that's a clean look, and money from 3 is Peterson. He knocks that one home. As that erases Reed's three-point play and makes it right back to 10, but that's not going to work for Fort Collins going forward.
That's
and
4.
That's going to be a foul on King. Yep, there is 4. Gavin Helm forcing the issue on the offensive end. He'll shoot 2, and King can't afford another foul now.
Hey, Coach, I don't know what you do if King gets that 4th.
They're, like we were saying, the offense runs through them. I don't know what we'd see. First one, no good, though, from Helm, but it would be very interesting to see who ball handles and who takes control of the Lampkins offense, because most of their other scorers are very off-the-ball kind of players, and that's just all we see out of them because King is very on the ball, but we'll see what happens if that happens. But there's another pass to the sideline, and not a great point. And, ooh, King is going to sit down right here. That is a very, very interesting call.
Well, I've seen if you get on the offense end, who's the...
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I don't know, just because you have 4 fouls, I don't know if that's, with 4 minutes to go, taking out your best player might not be the smartest thing, as Lampkins reject that layup attempt.
You have 4 minutes. I think you got to risk it.
Yeah, if it
down
was
10.
maybe if we're still in the 3rd quarter, but yeah, I would definitely do that. Smiley, plenty of space off the screen, gets the front roll. Madden Smiley knocks in the deep 3, and the Wizards lead by 13 again.
Madden has 23 points.
Madden Smiley having that his first big game. Herrera pulls from deep. That is no good, and they're gonna say it hit the top of the
wires.
The wire, yeah, like the pole that holds that basket up. So it's Wizards ball.
And that's a foul.
Yep. That is a block, and just a real frustrating game from the Lampkins.
When is Jace King come back in? That's the question.
I don't know. If you're down 10 with 4 to go, I don't think taking him out is very logical, just because you're in such desperation mode already. And now you're down to 13.
Uh-oh, he's open.
Keysworth.
What's the call?
Gets it in. We have a whistle. Wizards got a timeout, because I think they were worried about a 5-second there. So Rikeski takes a timeout, but yeah, I'd imagine that I would put King back in right here for sure.
What is the song that they're playing? real question, Caleb, is Jace King. You see him come back in or not?
What's that?
Do you see Jace King coming back? Oh, he's still on the bench.
I don't.
It's a bold strategy.
It's interesting. I don't even know if this has to do with I don't know if this is a basketball move, and we see Madden Smiley's dad over there talking to the refs too. His coaching background had to get him involved, but I don't. That it might be unrelated to the fouls. It might just be because of
frustrated.
Maybe just his frustration. Maybe it's a message the coach is trying to say because of who knows what. I just don't see the sense in that.
There's no way it can be anything else.
With 3 minutes, though, why would you preserve it as they get a turnover?
Here he comes.
Here he is, yeah. I guess, I don't know. He's back, though. And this time they're going to sit Sanchez out. I think this is the first time.
Gavin Helm comes in.
Gavin Helm, this is like Kawhi Leonard, how he would follow LeBron in the finals.
Like Payne Watson
for
Michael Porter Jr.
When LeBron sees Kawhi sees Kawhi check in and gets mad, that's kind of how Helm's been playing. Really, really special defensive performance.
That might have been an elbow.
Tough shot. You definitely could have called that. And King is still asking for a foul there, and I just don't understand how that could ever be a defensive foul. But regardless, his jumpers looked off, and
this
dunk
it?
Stolen and laid in. Yeah, that was a little close. Burkett picks up his 12th point of the night.
Gavin Helm's open.
An 11-point game.
Gavin Helm's open. Was open.
Full desperation mode for the Lampkins, though.
Dunk it.
As Wizards break it, get it to Helm, and gets the layup. So back up to 13. Lampkins need to be pretty much perfect from here on out.
Jace King has yet to touch the ball.
They're going to try to get him here. Yep, the screen. That's going to be an offensive foul. And I could see that slight frustration there from the Lampkins because I don't see how you call that an offensive foul, but I think they're getting an illegal screen.
Oh, tech on Jace King. Jace King he's done.
The technical doesn't count as a, does it?
He's done.
A technical counts as the 5th foul?
I think so.
I don't. He's trying to say that I think they gave him a tech for holding onto the ball. He's trying to say that he was stopping because his teammate was injured, maybe? We don't know what's going on here at all. Refs talk about it.
He's done. Jace King's done for the game. That's what it's indicating, the referee. And he's done.
So they got that offensive foul on him then?
No, they got the technical foul. The technical
foul in high school counts as a foul?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Very frustrating night for Jace King. He finishes with 18 points, but...
And that's why you learn not to talk to the referees.
He's been talking to the referees all game.
He had it coming for him.
Bachhaus misses the free throw. But
that's a lesson learned right there from Jace King. Don't talk. If you know you have that 4th and you've been on the refs all night.
Yeah, and I didn't realize the technical counted as a personal in high school, but he's been talking to the refs pretty much all game, and some of them, to be fair, I could see the calls, but
I could see the reasoning from getting, but
for a couple I've seen.
But that's a coach's job.
Yes, for sure. He shouldn't be complaining for sure, but on these last couple, there really hasn't been anything to complain about.
He chicken winged someone. I mean, what else does he want?
That one was offensive, and then as you see, that's a turnover for the Lampkins. Gives it back to the Wizards, up 14, but.
He's lucky he didn't get a 5th foul out way before.
But it seems like no matter what, he was talking to the refs, even when there was zero contact at all. And that's just...
That's a coach's job,
And if you're the ref and you're and you remind him every once in a while, you're like...
And there's that Jokic connection,
Yeah, that's just... They know each other so well. Reed to Smiley. But it's like, if you're saying, okay, that was a foul here and there, the ref might give you more leniency versus every single play. It seemed like we saw him talking to the official, and then they just got enough of it, I guess. And that
again, that's a coach's job. And talking to a ref is like a big thing, especially you cannot set off refs in basketball. They have the power to give you anything.
Right now, Wizards just willing to dribble this out as much as
gosh.
they want. Smiley tried a crazy Euro step there before Collins clears it, but without your best player down 16, not a lot to do here, because that was definitely a block.
Yeah.
Buckhouse still moving, trying to take that charge.
How much did Jace King end up with in the end of the game?
18 points.
Yeah, I don't think he did probably like, I don't even know how many, 9 field goals.
Yeah, it's not the most efficient 18 points ever, I'd imagine.
No.
But
he was second in the state.
We don't want to. We also understand that Jace King is a very, very special, talented player who is, I think, is going to go on to do great things at the next level.
And Gavin Helm has been
all respect to him for this game. We don't want to sound like too much of haters. 18 points is still impressive, and you can see the talent, no doubt. It's just
Gavin Helm has been the swarm defense from the Wizards.
Yeah, and the Wizards had a very good attack against him, and we're ready for it. And I'm sure King's going to learn a lot from this game as well, overall, from from everything that's happened in this game. And I truly think he has a special future, and I think he's a great player.
Yeah, I totally agree.
We don't want to sound like haters up here.
Nah.
So you see
he's a great player. I've never seen someone pull off the dribble like that.
Yeah, the quickness is definitely that is.
Adam State's got a special kid up there.
That is the quickness you need for the next level, and that's the one thing you really can't teach is athleticism and quickness, and you can see his quickness and his dribbling abilities can take him a long way.
Is Matt Smiley about to hit a route?
Wizards are running the.
Look at him
they're
smile.
just messing with him at this point.
Oh, he get the curl. Johnny Reed with the completion. 6 yards.
First down. And they get it in, and the bucket is good. That is Kingsley.
Johnny Reed did. One more rebound away from the double-double.
Averaging a double-double right now as well. Just very good performance from both your stars, Smiley and Reed, both definitely showing up tonight. And but also so much credit to Gavin Helm, as we've been saying.
Oh yeah, Gavin could easily be player of the game.
Just
in my opinion.
solely for the defense, yeah. And
so, yeah, dude, Madden Smiley right now has 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Johnny Reed has 16 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists.
Wizards back into the football offense. They get Tedeschi on a crossing route.
I don't know why the student section is just slowly clapping him.
Yeah, to be real, the student section game needs to step up, Windsor.
Yeah.
That's a true message we have is not a lot of life over there.
Yeah, this might be it.
Yeah,
no reason to shoot it. That's it, yeah. Yeah, Fort Collins is just walking back to the bench. Windsor will win this to move to 2-2 in non-conference play. Matt Smiley leading the game with 25. Johnny Reed with 16. Very dominant too from those performances.
And this was a needed win. Those tough opponents to start the year, but how close those games were for the Wizards definitely frustrated them. But how about this performance on the defensive end, especially? Because we saw some dry spells out of this offense for sure, which happens. That happens at any level. You go through cold streaks, but what really kept this game, especially in the second half, was the really great defensive plan from the coaches. The game plan coming in was great against King, and the execution from the players was almost flawless. Very, very good. Just very. Disciplined, well-played defense.
Yeah, no. You have to give full credit to Gavin Helm for giving pressure to making Jace King feel so uncomfortable this game.
We're about to send it down to Rise Simmons, who will have an interview with, I believe, Johnny Reed and
Madden Smiley,
Coach Rakeski, and as well as Madden Smiley. You're gonna want to tune in for this. Johnny Reed should be dropping a real nice quote on you guys. But
he will drop a real nice quote on y'all.
We'll be sending it down there as soon as they're ready. But until then, me and Carter are very thankful for the opportunity to do this. We are very happy to be back in the basketball broadcasting booth. It's been a while. We've had so much fun doing this throughout our high school career, and this is obviously our last year, but just so fun, and we're glad to be back up here.
Yes, sir. And it's always a pleasure announcing with you, Caleb.
Yes, sir. You as well. And just very, like we said, great defensive performance, and going forward for the Wizards, Madden Smiley and Johnny Reed, definitely lead this team. And when they're on and have that connection going like they did today, they are a very hard team to stop. And just really good game there. And we were about to send it down to Rice Simmons, as you see over in the right corner of your screen. Johnny Reed preparing for that interview. We're going to send it down.
On the home court here for the first game of the season, how big is it to get a win here first?
You know, we really needed one after dropping 2 last week. We really needed to bounce back, and we really needed that for our confidence and kind of for our flow.
You know, this season you're taking, a huge step into the main leadership role for this team. How does that feel?
You know, it feels good. I mean, I think I'm a natural leader, and I always have been. But this year, it's just I got to step up that much higher. And, I'll lead these guys and go into battle with any of these guys against anybody.
All right, now what are you expecting from this Wizards team this year?
I expect to be back where we were last year. I expect a ring or at least back to the Coliseum.
All right, thank you, Johnny.
I got something to say. Another day, another victory for the OGs.
Back up to you guys.
Classic line from Johnny
That's
Reed.
America's guy right there.
There you go. That is your student council, student body president, and your starting center for your Windsor Wizards. Great performance from Reed and the whole team today. And we look forward to Thursday when we have another game, and we will be right back here on the Windsor Wizards Broadcasting Network. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Caleb Morrow with Carter Priest saying good night.